Who am I? To think and to believe that I'm divine. Powerful, beautiful, and an offspring of the divine. I am the image and likeness of the divine. And so who am I to speak clearly to who I really am? I am spirit. I am soul. And I use this physical form. I am the being of light, here to fulfill love that's unlimited. Everyone, Om Shanti. Happy spiritual vaccine. I hope you've been getting the right injection every night that's been taking the soul to a higher level of its existence. You and I both know that as the soul continues to progress, it feels that more awaits it. And I don't mean more from the place of a lack. I mean more because it's the natural nature when you're done with a particular assignment or you're done with a particular place within yourself, it's natural for you to want to move into the more. So welcome. Warm good evening. How's everyone doing? Been okay? It's been kind of a really full today. I don't think I had even half an hour today. Not even half an hour. Poor Santosh. I don't even think he had 5 minutes today. He's doing a wonderful skit on Star Trek, transforming the whole notion of Star Trek into spiritual lingo. And he's just having a ball. They were on a meeting for about 2 hours today. All the brothers, they're getting this whole skit together and all the spiritual significant meanings in Star Trek and also with their gadgets. I'm wishing everyone involved lots of blessings, lots of good luck. It'll be wonderful for the Memorial Day retreat this weekend. Anyway, I'd like for us to just take a quiet pause, just for a moment, and take a deep breath. And exhale. The topic is on fall in love with life. Fall in love with yourself. Fall in love, not as a means of falling back or getting hurt, but fall in the term of trust so much that your life has much more to offer. So when you fall in love with life, when you fall into living again, when you fall into the love is saying, I completely trust that everything is waiting for me that's good, and you fall into it. Today, Baba, God, Allah, Jehovah, Krishna, whatever you want to name it, offered us such a deep insight about the whole notion of having a link to Source, being able to connect on your own when you want to Source. And it stemmed a little bit from our topic that we're going to have tonight. So let's look at ourselves right now. Life is unfolding. Sometimes there are certain events, experiences, relationships, circumstances that we feel a tremendous amount of celebration for. And there are parts of it that we just don't want it to ever end. In some traditions, they talk about Armageddon on the final days, and in our spiritual community of the Brahma Kumaris, we talk about the new days that are about to come. Forget the old days. We have nothing to do with the old days. We have nothing to do with the old world. We're only caught up in what's new, what's going to be the new paradigm opening up. And if more people only focus on the new, inspiring, enlightening paradigm, it's going to happen. And I have the proof in our community that that's definitely going to happen. Okay, the ship is sinking, but there's a lifeboat, and there's an invitation for whoever wishes to jump in the lifeboat to jump in. So when we're looking at this old paradigm, and when we try to look back at life pre-COVID, was everything perfect? Was everything okay? Was it all that you wanted it to be? And during COVID, did you find yourself exploring areas inside of you that you hadn't even thought of, that it even existed? Had you realized that maybe you didn't take care of yourself enough? During your time at staying at home and the lockdown, did you start to feel uncomfortable just being at home all day long? We have, a family. Our connections with each other have always been focused on trust and openness and honesty. And even if we have a short moment, I'll be the first one to say sorry or to apologize, because the relationship means much more to me than an ego moment, right? And they don't last long. But it's when you walk with that experience in you over and over again, you put more weight on it, you put more life into it. And if you keep carrying what he said, what she said, what you should have said, it becomes a really, really hard experience. So during COVID, is there anything that you're realizing about yourself that maybe you also had a signal like you did know, but having your body and everything in your home, maybe even by yourself, are the anchors raised and you don't know really where to settle in? How are you? Especially to my friends and fans that are living alone. After a while it gets a little too loud, or maybe too quiet, that sometimes we don't know what to do. And this pandemic is offering us a huge awakening. A huge awakening for us to begin to identify what are the things that I need to value. Is it the material things? Is it how much money I have in my bank? Well, that's always going to be good to have. But is it all of the superficial things? Or, am I really learning to value myself and the way that I know I can live my life? Am I living a life based on other people's terms? That I'm doing things I really don't want to do with people I really don't want to do it with, but I have to do it because I'm getting a paycheck. Or it could be that I'm in a relationship that I feel I don't have the economical means to continue. There are many reasons why life eludes us. We're not breathing, we don't feel alive. And I believe one of the reasons for that, and we've all been there at one point or the other, is we've lost our innocence, right? Don't you think? Like we've let go of the child within. We've let go of dreaming bigger than our reality, but also we've let go of trying to fulfill the thoughts, words, and actions required to fulfill the bigger reality. So we get stuck and we start to blame and we start to judge and we start to hurt ourselves over and over and over again, and we stop living. So then the love starts to seep out, the energy of love just starts to go, and I don't know if I have enough to give to anyone anymore. This is what sometimes happens, Like there's something in the soul, there's a feeling in the soul that leaves you, and you just don't know where to get it from. So what I want to do is to have us just settle in our being, in the soul, just for a little. I want you to go inwards and just settle inside of you and admit to yourself. Admit to yourself that you are ready to have a very deep love connection with yourself, and you're ready to deeply connect to yourself and be your own best friend or companion. So just step inside and admit this to yourself. Remember those tickets we used to get in school, Admit 1? I don't know if I'm revealing the age of the body, but I want you to just take a few moments of silence and admit to yourself that you are ready to fall in love with your life. I don't want to rush through this process because you internally, you have to agree and accept. I'm willing, I'm able, and I'm ready to fall in love with life again. Don't rush the process, but just wait to see if you can feel it. Are you ready to love your life again? You have to admit it, that I am ready. Take a deep breath. Exhale. I'd like you to find that place in you that is your childlike nature, that is the child in you. Remember those days when you were just free, wandering on the planet, nothing to worry about? Remember the child who would just go with the wind? That personality is still living in you. I'm asking you to pull out that feeling. pull out that part of you that was a kid, that just didn't carry any burdens or regrets or disappointments, and maybe the only thing that gave you sorrow is when mom and dad didn't give you a lollipop or gave you ice cream. Can you try to remember when you were that free, that opened, that easy? The child is living in you, hasn't gone anywhere. You might just not be taking care of it. So I'm going to take you into this meditation with this, one of my favorite tracks from Lucinda Drayton. Please look her up. She's an incredible performer. Lucinda Drayton. Incredible voice, incredible talent, incredible human being. And I want you to go in to find that child in you, to bring out that life that wants to shine again. Not the part that's been shut down because you're holding on to too many things that are unfulfilled, or too many regrets, or just too many expectations or desires. Just, you know what, leave it. Just be the child right now. And if you didn't have a good childhood, make one up. Who had the perfect childhood anyway? There was always one thing or something happening in the house. But every one of us as a child, we were free. We were easy. We were playful. Go back to that place. Enjoy this track.
Whose words do you speak? Do you walk them well? Ask your heart, do you know who I am? Do you hear the child who wants to run with the wind? Do you hear the child who wants to run with the wind? Joy, do you know how it tastes? Do you know how you feel right here, right now? Ask your heart, where did I go? Can you find the child who wants to run with the wind? Can you find the child who wants to run with the wind? Take a glimpse of God along the horizon. Know that somewhere there's a place called home. Hear the message from God.
I love that song. Tell the truth. Didn't that song make you feel awesome just now? Did you feel like you were running with the wind? If it was even just for 5 minutes.
Which song?
It was the one that's called The Child by Bliss, Lucinda. It was so beautiful. So here's what we're talking about, right? So our discussion tonight is about falling in love with life all over again. Being locked down and staying at home with COVID maybe has some of us feeling like we're not living a life at all, and we don't even know how we're going to come out of this. So here are some of my tips and tools and thoughts to share. Are you open for it? Let's go. The first thing that I think we need to do is to do a sort of a life reset, sort of let me check myself and see what's going on. So you know I'm a big journaler and I like to write things down on paper to see what's going on. See what's just not inspiring you anymore. Write down all the things that you just feel like you're doing it now out of compulsion. And it's really a drag and you feel quite a lot of burden when you have to do it. Just write it down and be very honest, okay? So as you write down all of these things that are really maybe taking away a lot of your enthusiasm and your energy, I want you to look it over and identify them, such as, why did you start to do that particular thing? Look at it. Were you told? Was it by default? Or did you start and somewhere in the middle of the way you started to lose its essence and its wonder? And so, you know, I'm getting a little bit of a distraction with Sister Gita, everyone. So that's what's happening in the studio right now. She's in a little bit of her mood and she's not able to hear anything that we're saying. So it's been a little bit of a challenge today. So here's what I'm trying to get at right now. She's a little bit distracting me. But the thing here is that I need to identify what are the things that I'm doing that just don't give me joy anymore. Just write it down. It doesn't give me joy to do the laundry anymore. It doesn't give me joy to go to this work anymore. It doesn't give me joy to be locked up in my house for 2 months and can't go where I want to go or be with who I want to be. That's a different conversation. But I'm talking about what's been existing for you. That's not giving you joy, that you just feel like it's the same Groundhog Day. Nothing new is happening for you. Okay? Look at it and ask yourself, why did I choose to do these things? Take some time, no rush. You know I don't rush us on these nights unless I have an evening meeting, but take your time, like, why did I choose to do these things? Write that down and see what was behind your choice. It'll take some more reflection. It'll take you to settle very deeply into stillness in order to really find the real answer. But if, when the show closes down, you can do it tonight, it will be of great help. But try to find out why you did it, why you chose to do those things. And admit to yourself when you've identified your why, and observe how inside of the spirit and the body feels. Just observe yourself. Just observe. I admit it. I decided to, I'm going to give you a very practical example for me, to make sure Sister Gita stays with me and not to put her in assisted living home. I decided to do it, and in my heart, it's because of my respect and love, and knowing that she's better off at home. but I might go through a lot, but she doesn't. So even when I'm taking care of business, like today, she's been, just since the show started, it's like I can't even get upset with that. But if I were to get upset with it, then I would feel like that's a burden. It's not giving me any more joy. If, for example, I am not feeling inspired to take care of her, it becomes a burden. But then I have to choose, I have to admit, well, what was the reason behind my choice? So I'm just giving you an example. This is not reality for me here, but I'm giving you something that's somehow close to the narrative, okay? All right, so find your why you made that choice. Just look into it. And see if the same reason in your why or behind your why is still alive in you. I bet it isn't. See if the same reason in your why is still percolating inside of you. It's not, is it? Here's what happened. While you were in the midst of unfolding whatever you thought at the time was either important or necessary or maybe your only chance, in the process of being involved with it, there were obstacles, shortcomings, difficulties, and the soul started to pay more attention to the obstacle and the difficulty. And as the soul started to feed those thoughts of obstacle and difficulties, it started to take away your enthusiasm and zeal. So your awareness became more connected to what was wrong versus the reason why you wanted to do this. There's always some good reason why you choose to do something. And so the minute that you find yourself looking at the defects, the weakness, the limits, you realize that whatever you thought was really important to you at one time, it becomes a burden. And you lose your life in it. It's like this is no longer thrilling. So here's what my suggestion is. Do you think it's possible for you to look over those things that you wrote down, if you did, and try to just feel that why again, despite all the challenges and the obstacles and the difficulties? Put them aside. But just for a moment, go behind your eyes and reconnect to all the inspiring reasons behind many of your choices. Most of the times, if not 90% or 95% of the times, we make decisions with whatever resources we have and surroundings and situations. Most times we make choices is to somehow connect me to an interpretation of a power that I either want to maintain or accumulate or never want to lose. Now you and I know there are artificial powers that are driven by anger, ego, lust, attachment, and greed. But there's the real power of the soul. Something very gracious, very sacred, very divine, very holy. And that's you. When you found that place in yourself that is your happy spot, that is your growth spot, that it's your peace spot, and you are willing to admit to yourself today, I deserve to have all of these energies flowing through me as often as possible. You can't fall in love with life if you're still focused on your past, or what's wrong, or what's broken, or what's not the way you want it to be. You won't fall in love with life. You will be complaining about your life. And you'll have only little commercial breaks of joy. But you'll go right back to your main movie. You cannot fall in love with life if you're stuck in your past. You cannot fall in love with life if you are crazed by your desires. You can't fall in love with life if you only see what's broken. You know, they always say, you look at the glass, it's got water in it. Is it half full or half empty? You can't fall in love with life if everything you see is half empty, never enough for you. So in order for us to feel this resonance and this connection, to breathe again, and to feel the value of existence, stop looking at what isn't working. Stop feeding that thought. The more you feed the thought of how awful things are, that is exactly what you will get. Thoughts manifest realities. Whatever you think the most will become your truth. It becomes your belief system. And without you knowing, it's just automatic pilot. In the Brahma Kumaris, we're doing a whole theme of living a life of an angel in service. So every night from 7:30 onwards, Sister Mohini does this beautiful sharing on what are the qualities of an angel. And I'm going to read them to you because I think they're really, really important to hear and to identify. And you might want to write some of these down because I think they're a very, very big part of living a life that is full. So what an angel will do, if you want to live a life, right, that is full, you want to bring all of your spiritual potential to the service. So I might call it an angel, and you might just say, I'm really feeling great. This is a great season. I'm in a strong place. So please know it's just a language difference. You don't have to worry about the languaging too much. But when I'm living without the love in my life, without the love of life, I keep asking questions. I keep deliberating. I keep analyzing. I keep trying to logically check out why things are the way that they are. But when I'm falling in love with life and I'm living life fully, I will trust. So what an angel does, it trusts. And you live as an angel by maintaining an unshakable and unbreakable faith in your every awareness, in your every breath. Whatever scenes emerge in the day, your heart will remain true to the truthful, supreme one. Isn't that nice? Now, humans will analyze when my life is at a low point. As I said earlier, we keep analyzing. But when you are in love with life, there's a natural energy that you'll walk with that you just know things will be fine. So when you live with life full of love, you live as an angel by remaining completely and constantly in the love of God, who's the one filled with all attainments. When I'm living life not fully and without any love, I'll keep waiting for someone to come and rescue me. But when I'm living with the life and the love in my spirit, oh, I'm going to make it happen. There's no question. So what you would do when your life is full is you would start to create. You don't wait, but you create. So if you are working on that, it's as if you live as an angel creating a beautiful atmosphere in the home. You remain aware of the greatness of yourself and the majesty of belonging to the one above. Now, this is something that we've seen throughout the world over and over again growing up. Don't be so quick in judging your life. Like, this is going to be my destiny. This is how my life is. Don't be so quick to judge. When you do that, you're not living. But be open to discern. One of the greatest powers I think needed of this particular time. To discern with deep honesty, admit to yourself, well, what is it now I must do for me? You getting this? I hope this is clear for everyone. It's not too deep. So when you're living with life and there's love in your life and you're filled with that experience, you live as an angel by moving along with God through the day, empowering you to embrace what is worthwhile and understand what needs to be released. When you're not living a full life, you want to separate people. You want to be friends with some, not be friends with others. If your best friend is friend with somebody you don't like, you want to find a way to break them up. So what human beings are really good at, and what we do when our life doesn't feel full, we're miserable. We're not content. We don't feel like we have it all. Is that we create separation, division, conflict, issues, problem, dissatisfaction. But when you're full of life, you will embrace. You'll embrace what you're going through. You will look for ways to make it better. You will begin to master what is really the universal language of love. And you will do it with a great deal of love and royalty. Here's one thing that I remembered as a young girl growing up. If I'm losing the love for life, I'll just walk around and criticize and keep correcting everybody. It's like everyone's a problem. The government's a problem. The religion is a problem. My job is a problem. My husband is a problem. My wife is a problem. My child is not how I want them to be. But have you ever thought of bringing back the love in your life to live fully again? Try inspiring people. Try to inspire yourself. So you live as an angel by using the power of God's love to fuel your flight to perfection and the blessing of God's wisdom to correct any deviations from your destiny. Do you like those?
Yes.
You do? So when my life is also draining out of a lot of love and feelings and beauty and power, I keep seeking to physically, intellectually learn about life. What I love about spiritual vaccine, this isn't much about learning. This is more about remembering how powerful you are and how you are meant to show up in the world. So when I become full of love for life once again, it's just natural for me to start to remember. But I remember that I have these qualities. Remember the exercise we did? That there's a child in you, it hasn't gone anywhere. In the same way, love and power and creativity and inspiration and truth and all the qualities needed to fulfill your dreams are still sitting in you. You just have to tap into it. Human beings have this wonderful behavior attitude to keep processing things. But when you're living your life with love, you basically are going to just say, you know what, I think I'm going to love the situation that I'm in, and I'm going to look for ways that can just make it better. So when I'm sort of not feeling inspired, and that's interesting, you know, I'm thinking about it deeper now. that when I process or try to process things I'm going through, there's still something in my personality that I'm holding as a limitation. And I was looking at it in the term of like a weakness, that I'm holding on to a weakness within my nature. So my processing is sort of like, let me take time to admit this weakness is holding me back. You understand? Like I've seen that even with myself in the past when I was young in my 30s. But what we can do instead of process, can you step into the present moment and just accept, but I am a good soul. I am capable. Despite what your husband tells you, despite what your wife tells you, despite what your parents have told you, you look at yourself and you go, but I am capable. I am okay. I am good. You don't have to process coming to the conclusion that you're good. When you are living with love in your life again, you will just accept, I am this. So you see, everything that I shared with you tonight, it's all about the quality of your thoughts. It's all about what you're thinking. And because we still have this energy of attachment in our spirits, we're still attaching to certain thoughts that are connected to past. And that's the reason why we're losing our zest for life too. You know, we're supposed to be enthusiastic. Okay, things have locked down. I can't see my husband, my boyfriend, my girlfriend, my kids, my friends. I can't go to my favorite restaurants. I can't go to museums. Our museums are closed. But what can I do now? What can I do? What are the things that I really wanted to do? Look deep. Practice some silence. You might find it there. So let's take a moment and do another meditation together. And I'd be happy to guide us into this one. But in the meanwhile, Santosh will just play some soft music with a nice visual for about 2 minutes or so. And then I will come in very slowly with a meditation to guide us into tonight's spiritual vaccine. Shanti. Today I'm reminded about the value of my life and the choices that I have the power to make to bring my life in perspective and to illuminate it fully. And I'm willing to admit to myself that I have to show up for me. That I have to begin to observe what my thoughts are and what they're doing to me and how I need to maneuver them inside. If I want my life to have love and enthusiasm and light, then it's only natural for me to begin to think from a place of love, a place of joy, and a place of purity. My life is the most valuable gift I could have been given by the divine. Why not cherish it? First with my thoughts, and then with my choices. Why not let me nurture the innocence and the child in me that made everything so simple, so easy, so sweet. So in this moment of reflection, I will admit I've stepped away from myself. I will admit that I've replaced the beautiful reasons behind my whys in most of my choices by being distracted by obstacles, limitations, weaknesses in people, in myself, distracted. And I didn't know that each time I fed the distraction, I was losing the love to live. So tonight, I promise, let me start to see what's happening good in my life. There's always one thing that I can say, this is a good thing. It still lives in me. I still have it. I'm blessed. Even just to think of yourself to be a child of God, it's a good thing. Most important thing here, to cure all ailments, the vaccine for every ailment of the soul, is thought. Pure thoughts. Positive thoughts. Powerful thoughts. So take your medicine and choose to think completely different than the way you've been thinking so far. Just start with one new thought tonight. One new thought that is connected to the soul. The more you're connected to the original nature of the soul, the more your love will continue to expand. So let's just settle inside for some time. Om Shanti. What we just did together is to add some more love to our life by the way that we were thinking, admitting things to ourselves, but also confirming things to the self, so that there's no block. All right, I'm gonna finish off here, but before I do, like we always like to check in, is if there happens to be any questions that anyone might have tonight, please send them forth now. And I'd be happy to see if I can answer them for you. So you're welcome, Susanna. Thank you for joining in. Asmita, welcome, dear angel. Shikwork, very nice to have you. Mariam, it was amazing. Glad that you took benefit from it. Vivian, profound. These series have really helped me. Thank you so much. Dipti, how to stop criticizing and love life. Great question, Dipti. I think I actually answered it. A lot of times, and I want you to hear this, Dipti, because a lot of times when we find ourselves criticizing things or just life in general, what you're actually communicating is, I see much better for not only my life, but for the life of someone else. So here's what I'd like you to do. I want you to write down what is your better, especially when you're criticizing the government, the job, your pay scale, your mother-in-law, your husband, whoever it might be. As you're criticizing them, I want you to take a pen and say, well, what vision do I actually have for them? And you'll find that immediately criticism will leave you. You'll be amazed at how that works. So Louise, good evening to you, my dear angel. Being more creative and meditating during this time has been so beneficial and elicits joy. This is great. This wisdom is so helpful. When experiencing a lack of joy in the future choices and events. Yeah, I agree with you, Louise. So Denise, thanks for joining in the rally show. So glad that you're back. My sweet sister Nicole Jones, what up? Nice to have you on. All right, the fitness evangelist. Hey all, would love to see you. I'd love to hear from you. Jennifer Scotland, good to see you, my sweet sister. Hope you're holding up well and doing very powerfully. It's my wish to see each and every one of you come out of this so powerfully that your friends and your family members will just going to be so inspired. Look, we can criticize all of this, like Dipti is saying, which is natural. We come from cultures like this. We're tribal people. Before technology, that's all we did is spoke about each other. Technology has given us a different format of gossiping with each other. It's called Facebook. Facebook and Twitter, where everyone has a comment or something to say. But like I said last night, the hardest thing about all of this is to just start. It's to just start. And all I'm asking you to do Keep talking to yourself quietly. Keep asking yourself the right questions. You will wake up one day and the answer will just flood right through you. And your brain and your body and your cells and your spirit will do such a turnaround that it just won't go back to old. Everyone has that ability. No one is excluded from that formula. But you've got to start to feed and serve those thoughts very privately. Don't go telling your friends all the good and big things you're going to do, but internally you're going, I don't think I can ever do it. No. You need to tell yourself that you're going to do these big things and see how you react or respond to it, but then keep feeding it until it comes out of you naturally, till it's purely built in you. I beg you. It'll work.
There's a long comment in Facebook Museum.
Okay. Let's see. Brandy, congratulations on your wonderful position at, is it Morehouse or Spelman? Am I getting it wrong? Brandy, tell me, Morehouse or Spelman? But congratulations to you, girl. You keep going. You know you've got all my blessings with you. You're a powerful woman. You got a lot of powerful things going on in your life. Don't you stop. Don't you stop. All right, Santosh, is it on, where do I get it?
Meditation Museum.
Okay. I want everybody to send lots of love to Santosh. He's been so amazing today. He hasn't had a moment to breathe. I think he's had 4 cups of coffee today. And he drinks chai. This just goes to show his day today. It's just been a marathon for him. He's just been the best. All right. Lori, so good to see you. Lori was one of my first students when I first came to Washington 22 years ago. Ah, Betty Brown, you're so lovely. Arlene, I'm so glad that it's helpful. So Whitney, how can I support a family member to fall in love with life again? I have a family member that is struggling with taking their lives. Aside from approaching with love, validating feelings and offering support and a different perspective, what can I do to help him and support my family during this time? Whitney, thank you for opening up so authentically. First and foremost, it's important that we find help for your friend, especially if he's considering thoughts of suicide. We've seen it and heard it too many times. But here's what I know has worked and helped a lot. I know it's maybe a little challenging during these times, but it's not impossible. Find something that you know he loves to do without him knowing what you're up to. Put it in front of him. Make him do it. You're going to have to be the one that sort of brings sort of like the life into the party, and then all of a sudden he might touch base with it again. That's one. The second thing I would do is put notes up around the house of inspiration. Another thing I would do is to find ways where he can be of service. Go to one of the food banks. Say, I need some help. You got to speak like this and say, I need help. I promise to help out of the food bank. I don't know. Can you please just drive me there? Could you just help me take a few things? Find a way for him to be of service. One of the greatest forms of getting over mental duress, or sometimes feeling really low on yourself, is that the soul doesn't feel it can give anything. It doesn't feel it's of any use. And your assignment might be find ways to make the soul feel he's useful. But what I don't want you to ever do is to imagine the worst about his choice. That's feeding the vibration, okay? I know that's a big one, but don't think it. The minute you think it, 14 positive thoughts of seeing him vibrantly living privately. Just don't think it. Just don't think it. Vibrationally, it'll help. Play great music. You're going to have to be a little creative. because at this particular point of his life, he's so down. He might not be able to do it on his own. That's why no matter what you've been saying, he can't hear. You're going to have to strategize to almost bring him into some sort of a karma by default for him to find the strength and the inspiration. But please email me if you need any other advice, and I can speak to you off record privately, okay? But make sure you do contact the suicide hotline and talk to them too. On one of my shows for America Meditating Radio, we have all of this information, so you can also get tips from those shows. Just Google in my name and it'll come up. All right, I think we're good. Hi, Mohanlal. Okay, so guess what? Tomorrow is May Day, Global Meditation Day. All right? And Brandy was Spellman. How could I have said Morehouse? You must be like pulling my neck. I'm so happy for you. All of your achievements, and I can't wait for this book to get going. I think it's at the publisher and everything, but congratulations. You have worked diligently, sincerely. You've stayed your course. You didn't allow yourself to get distracted, Brandy. Look where you are now at Spellman and with that position. You might need to type it in. I know it's big. Today's just one of those days that I had all this information in me, but I know it's a big position at Spellman, and I need to come and visit you at Spellman when COVID is out and just have a fantastic tour and time with you. I would really love that. But congratulations to you, my sweet sister. You keep going. Very proud of you. Very proud of you. You make all women look strong. Keep it up. All right, so Om Shanti, I'm going way over my time today. So sorry about that. But I hope everyone enjoyed our conversation tonight and our vaccine, our spiritual vaccine for tonight. And before I end the show, I want to sort of give a reminder. Tomorrow is May Day Global World Meditation Day, and it's being organized by Scion. And it's going to be, their intention is to at least get 1 billion people to meditate. As you and I both know, meditation is really crucial and it's really important in order for us to really begin to stimulate the transformational shift that we envision will definitely happen. So I want to invite you to join me tomorrow. So I think Santosh is going to roll the video and you'll get a chance, and go onto our America Meditating and Meditation Museum Facebook for more information. And join me tomorrow. I would really, really love to have all of you. So roll them, Santosh.
Imagine what would happen if the whole world meditated together. Studies confirm that groups who meditate together decrease violence, improve resilience, and raise compassion throughout their community. And we're calling forward over 1 billion people in this crucial moment in history to rise up together. Will we continue to face life with fear and helplessness? Or will we choose this moment to join in meditation and shift our global intention towards healing and compassion together? We're calling forward our worldwide community to join together and raise our collective vibration. Participate in the largest synchronized meditation in history. Unite, meditate, pray.
May Day is our opportunity to be the solution. Let's rise for humanity to heal the earth and shift the global energy from fear into love. Lovely, isn't it? So go to our website and go to Science website tomorrow, and you'll get a lot of information about participating online. If more than 8 people gather together with the same cohesive thought, a shift occurs. If 1 million people around the world gather together with the same thought, a massive shift is going to occur. And what if we can just grab 1 billion people? What if? What if? A golden age would open up. So join me tomorrow, okay? With a whole bunch of my friends, Michael Beckwith, Tony Robbins, Sadhguru, Marianne Williamson, my buddy, and a lot more other guests, Deepak Chopra, and many more who will be sharing with you different tips and ways that we can come together as a cohesive, okay? All right. Thank you all so much for joining me tonight. And again, you know, just the most difficult thing about your transformation isn't about doing it. It's about starting it. That's it. You just have to start it. You'll just start to go with it. It'll just start to happen. We'll just keep going. I feel like taking just a minute with you in loving exchange. Can I do that? Just a moment of silence with you. And just express my love and appreciation to each of you through the eyes. Just in silence. Many blessings, everyone. Please be well and take care of each other. Om Shanti. Tomorrow's session will be on Zoom. You are what you think. You're going to love that one. It's one of my favorite topics. I'll see you all tomorrow. Take care.